It's safe to say that eSIMs are here to stay. And one of its biggest advantages is the ease of switching carriers, right? So it'll be interesting to see how, this increased flexibility actually affects, the mobile phone market overall. But do you think it'll lead to more competitive pricing in service offerings?
In the long term, yes, I think so. Now, it's interesting, as I was mentioning before, eSIMs were launched in 2017, and everyone expected a massive switch, right? And interestingly, now we're seeing in 2024, and although we have seen a big growth in the SIM market, still the physical SIMs are dominating, right? So the adoption remains a bit low than what you could expect. For instance, they are present in 190 countries, as I mentioned, but you could see that the physical SIM market is still ranging is around 4 billion of SIMs ship every single year. That number is decreasing slowly. The eSIM market is growing. It's last year was around 400 million SIMs being shipped, so probably 10% of the total amount of SIMs used by different devices. By 2027, we see that eSIMs is going to be around 800 million, and that's going to be like 20% of all the SIMs shipped. So you could say, okay, is it growing? Maybe not as fast as we could imagine, despite all the amazing advantages, right, that you have, like, as you said, so it's facilitating a seamless switch between carriers, and also a much more easy ways of a subscriber to use their mobile phones. Now, something that is interesting, I think, here is mobile carriers are not so big fans of eSIMs, to be honest. Why? Because, of course, I mean, that if this become a big adoption, their role in the value chain could be diminished, right? Imagine an example where you go to an Apple store, you buy the latest iPhone, and then for you to choose the mobile phone operator will be just one more step in in programming your phone, right? So it will be almost irrelevant, right? So that's, of course, one thing that makes mobile operators not to be very bullish or very big on promoting eSIMs, right? Now, there are some operators where they are actually using this as an advantage. So you see in the US, T-Mobile and Verizon are promoting eSIMs as a way to showcase their better network performance, right? So they say, look, if you have a phone, try my eSIM, and if you like this network, for 30 days it's for free, and if you like, you can stay, right? Another option that you have as a mobile operator is actually to use eSIMs as a way to create bigger bundles, right? Most of the phones today, they come with a physical SIM, but you can actually provision a few more SIMs. So you could say, look, you can have maybe two eSIMs with me. I will give you 20 GB of data, and also you can provision your smartphones or smartwatches, and then you create another package. I think these two models actually could create opportunities for operators, right? The other part that is important for me is that you see a big increase in IoT devices. And I think that's where, besides consumer, is going to be a big growth of eSIMs, right? IoT devices are used by manufacturing companies, are essentially the Internet of Things, and can be in anywhere. And because of that, you need a very simple way of provisioning the identification for the network and subscriber details, right? So I think that's going to be a big growth, right? But again, I think physical SIMs will remain and will stay relevant for a while we see, of course, a slow, well, probably not so slow, but a slow increase in SIM lion's share.